Just curious. I'd like to know what books you have.
Are you casing my place?
I am casing your place. I'm there right now. I'm in Oklahoma right now looking at all your shit. Here we go again. Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite beer drinking, comic book reading podcast. This is Comic Books and Cold Ones. We are the podcast you should listen to if you like talking all things comic books and drinking all things beers. I'm KMac, and I am joined, of course, by my awesome co-host. Today, he is the Yek with a Yak. I was thinking something along those lines, too. I was thinking the Yek with a beer, but it didn't have an extra Y, and then the podcaster with a pint. I thought was pretty good, but it's
that's pretty good.
the syllables aren't exactly right, but
I came up with mine at the last minute there. KMac, my fellow podcasting buddy, the mutant with the drinking factor himself, KMac.
Yes, that's the best one. I like that. That's great. No one's ever thought of that for any of our Wolverine shows. I don't know how I missed that. Thank you.
I do pretty good at these things sometimes. Well, we're back in the saddle and we're ready to drink some beers and talk some comic books with you. And today we are doing another one of our theme shows. And this one is This Is Your Life show. And who are we breaking down today, KMac?
We are breaking down the Merc with the Mouth, Mr. Deadpool himself, in honor of the Deadpool movie that's coming out this month. Is it called Deadpool 3 or is it just called Deadpool and Wolverine? I can't remember.
I think it's Deadpool 3, but it may be Deadpool and Wolverine.
We should know this before we start the podcast on it. Deadpool movie name.
Deadpool and Wolverine. It is officially called Deadpool and Wolverine.
Is it? All right. It is, because, Deadpool, Deadpool 2, Deadpool, and Wolverine. So which of the, before we even get started, which of the prior Deadpool movies did you like better?
I like the first one probably best, but I also like the second one. I think I'm going to do the cop out and I say I like them both equally.
Oh, cheater. All right.
But my favorite though is probably the teaser that Ryan Reynolds created to sell the Deadpool movie to the studio execs. Have you ever seen that?
I probably have, but it might be a long time.
Yeah, it was a short, 10-minute teaser that he did as a concept so he could sell it. It's really pretty good.
Okay.
He's sitting on the bridge and he starts rapping along with the song and he starts talking to the camera with everybody. Then he drops in on a bunch of mercenaries in a truck and beats them all up.
That sounds familiar. It's probably been a long time since I've seen it though, but I'll check that out. I think I'm going to watch both of the movies again before I see the new one.
Well, yeah, you got to tune yourself.
Yeah, because I have no idea how I'm going to understand what's happening. And I have to watch all the X-Men movies too.
To get in the mood.
And
all the Wolverine movies.
All the Wolverine movies.
That's the bigger challenge. You gotta watch Origins.
Yeah. Oh, I want to take a short helicopter ride from Canada to New Orleans to meet Gambit too.
It's the way it works.
That's the way it works. But so we digressed a little bit, but if you are interested in reaching out to us, we have an email, cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Check out our X-Twitter account, which is at cbco_podcast, and Instagram is comicbooks_cold ones. And now, do we have a shout out for today's show? Well, of course we do, but where is it?
We do, and this is in honor of a new download from an area I think Deadpool would probably like and Wolverine would like, since they developed a whole fake version of it in the Marvel Universe, the lovely city-state of Singapore.
Yeah.
And in the Marvel Universe, it's known as Madripoor.
Maybe we should do a convocation there sometime.
We could do a convocation to Madripoor.
I didn't think about that till just now. So what is there to do in Singapore?
Well, they are the home of the Macro Brewery, Tiger Brewery. You probably had Tiger before if you've ever gone to Asian restaurant of some kind, Southeast Asian restaurant of some kind. So, you can get it at most liquor stores that carry, a variety of beers. Of the Asian ones, you do that, or the Tsingtao, from China, or Singa from Thailand.
Oh yes, I have definitely had Tiger beer before.
It's your okay pale lager that, covers the world ubiquitously. But there are about 15, according to Wikipedia, different craft breweries and microbreweries in Singapore. So there's 1965 craft beer, Can Job Tap Room, Oriental Elixir, and it's also home of the Singapore Sling, right?
It is? I have no idea. What is it?
The Singapore Sling?
Yeah.
It's a cocktail.
Is it? Okay. I don't think I've heard of it. I'm going to have to look that up right now.
You never heard of it? It includes gin, Benedict, Grand Marnier, cherry liqueur, pineapple juice, lime juice, bitters.
I'm allergic to pineapple. That's why I never had it.
That is right. It is your...
Yeah. It's poison.
It will
it's
sling
poison,
you.
I tell you. It will. Now, not much of a mixed drinks guy, but maybe that looks pretty good. If you just take out the pineapple, I'm sure it tastes great.
Well, you could probably substitute mango or something, another citrus of some kind.
Or that's the drink to give me on my deathbed.
Well, and not with your drinking factor kicking in, I think you'll be able to take
That's true. That's true. I forgot I had a drinking factor. This is going to be an awesome life from here on out. Singapore looks like a fun place. Have you heard of Archipelago Brewing?
No, I have not.
I feel like I've heard of them. They're owned by Heineken Asia Pacific. That's probably why I've heard of them.
The only thing that I always remember about Singapore is do not chew gum. It's banned. And if you chew the gum, they will cane your ass.
Yeah, they caned that one dude for stealing something, didn't they, that one time?
Yeah. So do not have any beer in gum or gum and beer in Singapore unless you want to cane it. Yeah, I remember that when we were younger and that happened, and people were like, wait, there are places that still cane people? You're like, oh, we want to be that dude's ass. Not without a mutant healing factor, that is.
Michael Fay was caned on May 5th, 1994. Spent 83 days in jail, too.
Not sitting. Guarantee you're not sitting.
Right. So if you start Googling caned in Singapore, it tries to finish it with chewing gum.
I told you. Go hand in hand, man.
It says, no, you won't get caned for chewing gum. Just don't be stupid. Okay. Well, that's true everywhere. Don't be stupid.
Doesn't give me much hope if I chew gum and stupid, which is a good chance that it will not get caned.
Yeah. And
is that like an official job there in Singapore? Like they have like odd dude that's really good at caning people. And he's like, I gotta go to work.
It must be.
I beat the ass out of people, then I go home like a normal person.
So it's ordered by local courts. Let's see. So it's probably just like court officials or police, but yeah, that might be their job. Oh, and they can cane them in schools, but boys only.
Sexist.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like, anyone who wants that job should be pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you go to school though? Or you just practice at home? Is it a family job that you hand down to your kids? Is that how people like
I come from a long
Garrison
line
Kane got their name?
cane.
Is that they were caners?
Probably.
Garrison Kane could come up in this episode.
There is nothing on Google about learning how to cane people. Instead, what comes up is learning how to use a walking cane.
There are, Kevin, but you're not searching the right website.
Yeah. I'm not on the dark web.
There's quite a few that have a 4-letter word. If you just put that in caning, it'll probably come up pretty quickly.
Probably, yeah.
I'm only kind of speculating here, but not knowing for experience. But
there's a website for everything, right?
Yes.
Hypothetically. All right. So what beer did you bring to drink today?
I got a local brewery out of Ashburn, Virginia here. I have visited this place before. And I got beer for the Super Bowl this last year from there. But it is Dynasty Brewing out in Ashburn. And in honor of Deadpool, I try to find the most Deadpool-y themed thing ever. And so the Merc with a Mouth, I think, would use this name for him. So the name of the beer is El Supremo.
I like that name.
And it's a double dry hop Pilsner coming in at 5.6% alcohol, sold in tall boy cans. They don't do a whole lot of write-up on the side, but it's one of their flagship beers out there during the summertime. And I've never had a double dry hop beer.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't think. But they say it's also an Italian style type Pilsner, which, I didn't know those were double dry hop, but this one's double dry hop. El Supremo. But I can
El
see.
Supremo. That's a good name. It's a really good name.
And you, my friend.
Oh, I brought a beer too. Thank you for reminding me. So I once again have a beer from a local place, Florida Avenue Brewing, which is about 30 minutes down the road from me. This beer, I tried my best. I didn't want to go with a Rogue Dead Guy Ale or Rogue Dead Guy IPA because
I considered both of those.
I considered both of those too, but I wanted to do something different. So my beer is called the Dead Parrot.
Dead Parrot.
Dead Parrot. So I got the
D and the P.
The D and the P and the word dead, right? And parrots are a talkative bird. We got a talkative mercenary.
I would say the most talkative of animals.
Yeah, probably. I have other kind of spurious connections with Deadpool too for this beer. So, in addition to all those other things, well, let me just describe first. It's a light lager. It's made with sea salt, and he does have some salty humor and fresh limes, which he can use for his obvious scurvy condition.
Yes.
It is coming in at 4.2 ABV. It won the U.S. Beer Open Championship 2021 bronze for Sessions Beer. And I guess they only sell it in can. I thought they sold it in tall boys, but I didn't see it anywhere. But it's definitely available on tap at the brewery, and it's canned here pretty much wherever you can find local beer. So yeah, I've had this once before, and it's good. It's pretty salty if I remember correctly, though. Oh, and it got an 87 at Beer Advocate.
That's pretty high rating.
Yeah, and on Untapped, it comes in at a 3.63, which is, I guess, okay. I guess, yeah. I mean, it's out of 5. So
Untapped, it's all over the board. Yeah, the numbers can skew pretty hard on that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some beer today. How about you?
I am. I'm ready to do. Let's crack this open and get talking some Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I think the color in both of our beers is going to be about the same. Straw color and golden yellow on my end. Natural foamy head. Lots of effervescence in the bottle.
Yep, same here with mine.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, sir.
Lots of good carbonation. Cheers. Let's talk. Oh yeah, it's good. Crisp. Right on the tongue. The hops just cut everything off. Perfect for summertime. And a blockbuster movie release.
Yeah. Definitely tasting the salt and the lime, so it's good. It's, there are a few beers here locally that I like because they're infused with the lime instead of having to like buy Corona and put a lime in. So the technology is catching up with the flavor demands of the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you taste the sea salt? Can you taste the lime?
Yep, I can taste the sea salt and the lime. So
do you feel like a squawk parent now?
I do. I feel like I can talk forever.
Well, then turn on the healing factor. Let's get the talking then.
Yeah. So Deadpool made his first appearance in New Mutants number 98, which was toward the end of the New Mutants run. Issue 100 was the last issue. He was created by writer Fabian Nicieza and Rob Liefeld, who gets primary credit for him, is my understanding. And that was, the issue dates and the publication dates are weird around that time, aren't they? Because it's like the book has a certain date on it, but it came out in February 91, right?
Yeah, it's back when comics were old school that way, that they actually were released earlier than the date on the thing, especially if they went to a comic book store, because they got them earlier at comic book stores versus what came to the drugstores at the time, back when drugstores sold comic books and grocery stores did too.
On spinner racks. It was great. Because those, you can tell the difference between those comics, I think, is that they have a barcode on them, whereas the ones at the comic book store don't have the barcode on them.
They direct to market usually had some other logo or blacked out.
Yep. Usually Captain America's head, Spider-Man's head. I don't know about DC because I didn't buy DC back then, really.
So, seminal issue. Everybody read it.
You got it? You own it? Do you
I
own it?
do not have it. You have it, I know. I need to go back and buy one.
I have one. I'll post a picture of it. I got it graded too.
You were a much better collector than I was back in the day. But the Deadpool character was created as a knockoff of who? KMac.
Oh, Deathstroke.
That's not his full name.
Deathstroke T-Terminator.
Yes. Full name.
Yes. Whose name is Slade Wilson, his alter ego.
And the full name that we are assumed of Deadpool is Wade Winston Wilson, triple dubs. He is what nationality by birth?
He is Canadian by birth.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
And he goes by a variety of nicknames, including the most famous, the Merc with the Mouth, the Regenerating Degenerate, Pid DP, Deadpool, Testocles, and Ninja Spider-Man.
Testocles, that's the best.
I don't remember when he was called Testocles. That's what I had to look up, but it's pretty good.
That is really good. That is really good. I read an interview with Fabian Nicieza who said, Rob Liefeld came to him with the idea of this character, and this is, what he was. And Nicieza said, that's the DC character Deathstroke. We have to do something a little bit different. But Liefeld wanted a character that was easy to draw like Spider-Man, and that was funny like Spider-Man, but was a little more like mercenary and violent like. And that's how they came up with Deadpool.
Awesome.
It seemed to work, right?
And it stuck. And it grew into something more than I think any one of those two guys ever thought it would be.
Yeah, I think so too.
Never a major 3-movie summer blockbuster character movie guy ever, I don't think.
No, because in his first appearance, he teleports into Xavier's mansions fighting the New Mutants, or soon to be X-Force, and they beat him with the help of Domino, who we thought was Domino at the time, and they wrap him up in a box and they ship him back to his boss.
And what service do they use to mail him back to his boss?
Oh, did they use UPS?
No, Federal Express.
FedEx. That was.
And they allude to that again in his first miniseries.
Yeah, they do. They do.
When Deadpool is chasing down Black Tom and Juggernaut, who have stolen his employer's information to the will of Tolliver, they tell Deadpool they sent it back via FedEx, and they were sure he was aware of their services. Which is a great line.
I like the callback.
That's kind of the intro to him. So Deadpool, this is your life. So just like the classic TV show, we're going to start talking about everything else that goes on with you. So as we mentioned, Deadpool was born a Canadian to one Thomas Wilson and one Haley Wilson. And we don't know which was the bad parent.
Right.
Made him go crazy. Changing. Yeah. Either his dad abandoned him or beat him, or his mother died young, and then when she was abandoned, and then she beat him. So something happened.
Yeah, it was not good either way.
And that she may have just sat around all day watching QVC and telling bad jokes, which may have driven him insane.
That seems likely considering how he is.
Yeah. So he got driven to leave home at an early age. He signed up with the military, got lots of skills from the special forces, and then eventually got the big C. And it ended up in the Weapon X Plus program, run by who?
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, run by all those terrible people. So in some later issues I read, it was run by, like, the specific program he was in was run by this guy named Butler. Did you read that?
I read the part where the origin story where he gets his name.
Okay. Well, tell us about that.
I will, but he joins Weapon X, right, run by Department K, to try to get rid of his cancer.
Yeah.
And they end up, what do they do to get rid of him? What do they do? They give him a super healing factor where it makes his cancer go on overdrive, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Disfigured and looks worse than the kid from Mask, the movie, Eric Stoltz from Mask.
Yeah, but the healing factor is working and keeping him alive, which is, essentially a cure for cancer, but not the ideal cure for cancer.
basically the way they describe it is the healing factor and the cancer keep each other in check. So the cancer factor actually contributes to his healing factor, whereas his healing factor, would be on overdrive and he would explode if he didn't have the cancer. Later on, we find that out in the Secret Invasion when he gives his powers to a bunch of young squirrels who end up not having the cancer, and they end up blowing up because the healing factor's too much for him.
Oh,
but he ends up
funny, I guess. But yeah.
But he ends up, the reason he gets the name Deadpool is he gets rung out of Department K because, the healing factor's not working and he's sick. And it didn't really kick in till later, but he gets sent off to the hospice center that the Department K runs for all the Weapon X rejects, where they're supposed to go and die. But it turns out it's run by an evil guy that actually is using it to test and experiment on people. So he tries to keep them along forever. And the patients there start running a Deadpool on who dies first because they all want to die because they're all very sick, ailing. Of course, he can't die, so because he is now basically immortal. So he takes the name Deadpool because he can't win the Deadpool, basically, and eventually frees everybody from their things. But at that time, he forms a relationship with Death, because Death comes to him and says, "Hey, why don't you come join me?" And he's like, "I can't. I keep trying to, but you won't let me go." And Death gets very upset at this. Frequently, his long lost love is the embodiment of Death in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I imagine
the one that got away.
I'm sure he's come across Thanos in some of those, encounters with Death in a pretty way. I just haven't read them.
Or if there's a good story there to be told, right?
Yeah, there definitely is.
That he delivers flowers to Death over Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely had a long and storied existence up to this point. At that, like we were saying before, I don't think the original creators expected this at all. But he's pretty much done almost everything in the Marvel universe at this point that you can do, and that's pretty impressive for a character that was just meant to probably be a side, mercenary type character that just interjected in stories here and there.
And he's grown into the role of, the godlike character, since he can break the fourth wall and talk to the readers and all those things. Even taking part in all the big major series like the Secret Invasion and Civil War and all those things. He takes part in them, but he is also wacky and doing all the things off screen that you shouldn't be doing in the serious comic book that's there. You're telling some big sweeping crossover story, right? So he's in and out of the Marvel Universe's mainstream, the 616.
Yeah, and that's that. It is interesting and it's fun, but it does make it a little hard to do a Deadpool "This Is Your Life" story, because so much of his stories, like you said, are kind of outside continuity. Like they happen, and sometimes other Marvel Universe characters, cross over into that, but it's still kind of tricky to know what happened and what really didn't as far as continuity. But who cares? Continuity doesn't matter anymore.
So what powers did he get from the Weapon X program other than his healing factor, which basically made him immortal?
Yeah, pretty much. And they talk about that a lot in the new series that came out this past year, how he's essentially immortal, but pretty much he has like heightened stamina, heightened strength, especially heightened reflexes and durability. He has telepathic immunity, which is really cool.
Because he's so crazy that people can't
they can't read him
into his brain.
And then he's like, aside from like powers, he's also like a highly trained fighter. He's apparently an expert in every weapon. Has teleporting device, image inducer, and he has all the one-liners, all of them.
Yes. One thing I didn't Google and maybe you can describe it. Why does his word bubbles are always different? Either
I noticed that too.
On it. They're always got their yellow in any story, and I don't know if that's because he's supposed to be mumbling through his mask wrong, or I don't know. I was hoping KMac you would know this one.
Deadpool has explained that he has scar tissue on his vocal cords, which causes his abnormal voice. And then now they say, though, even though, if he loses his healing factor, he regains his normal appearance, he speaks in yellow speech bubbles, possibly because that design has become synonymous with the character.
So his vocal cords are all roughy. So does he sound like Luther Vandross?
I don't know.
Barry White? Or is he more of a gravelly, Batman Returns, Christian Bale.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Because I always envisioned him having more of a high pitch, kind of crackly whine voice at times, like
For some reason, it always just sounds like Ryan Reynolds to me. I'm not sure why.
Which is
yeah, I don't know. I'm not finding anything like, except for the vocal cords. He has a unique, scratchy voice. So he's Batman.
I can see it.
Why do we fall down?
That's not Batman. It's Alfred.
It's Alfred, but Batman said it before.
It's Alfred.
So we can learn to pick ourselves back up.
So that's about the run of his powers. Pretty much he's indestructible and he's crazy. That's the best I can say about it. He's able to break the fourth wall, as you mentioned. We went down through his parents. He's also got a surrogate mother that you see that he one time kidnapped, who was one of his original marks as a mercenary to take out, or his girlfriend was the mark to take her out, and that was, her as Blind Al or Alicia.
She'd been in the movies.
He keeps her prisoner, and he makes her housekeeper, and she pretty much is the shit talker on him.
Yeah, and in the movie, she's really funny too.
And they in the movie, she's played by Leslie Uggams, and one of the things he's known for is playing tricks on her by moving things around the apartment because she's blind.
Yes.
So she trips over and falls things, or moves around the refrigerator and things like that. And it's never really told if she's gotten out of the house before, and then kind of come back on her own accord, if I remember right.
Yeah, and they kind of have a better relationship than prisoner and jailer at this point. And I don't think she's really involved very much with him anymore. But
no, but she was big in the Joe Kelly run.
Oh, okay.
Very, very important character. Because his house, you don't know where his house is, and his other buddy, his surrogate brother, would be Weasel, his weapons guy.
Ah, yes, Weasel.
Who appears from time to time.
Yeah,
his
Weasel.
tech and weapons guy.
Yeah, he was in the Circle Chase, I think. If he wasn't, he was definitely in the second limited series.
He's in the Circle Chase. He's in the second one, and he appears elsewhere. Showing up at the house to hang out with Blind Al frequently in a number of the issues.
Yeah, you always need a weapons guy.
Yes, weapons tech guy. So he's basically the microchip to Deadpool as microchip is
Punisher.
The Punisher. Yeah. And I didn't know this until we started reading the current series that he actually has a daughter, Eleanor Camacho, who doesn't live with him, but he's doing his best to be a single dad by letting his daughter live in a foster home.
Yeah, he let her live with, I think she's now former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Preston, who actually recruited him to work for S.H.I.E.L.D. when all the dead zombie presidents were coming back to life. And for a period of time, her mind was inside Deadpool's head. So they would have, she would be her dialogue would be in a narration box, and he would talk out loud to her. So it would look even crazier. They kept a decent relationship after they discovered who was behind all the dead presidents.
And that's one of the funnest series to read if you guys haven't read it. The Dead Presidents. It kicks off the what version Deadpool, Volume 5, number 1 through 6. Basically, rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. agent becomes a necromancer and tries to bring back all the dead presidents to destroy America. And Deadpool has to take them out one-on-one.
Yeah, it's a good, fun story. And not only do we have all the dead presidents, we have Benjamin Franklin's ghost.
You get the reappearance of Benjamin Franklin's ghost with tons of allusion to one of our favorite storylines where Doctor Strange's girlfriend got banged by Ben Franklin.
There is a panel where Doctor Strange teleports all of them to wherever, whatever president's causing trouble. And he goes, "Not you, Franklin. I remember how you slept with Clea." And he's like, "You can walk." It's good stuff. It takes a lot to, find that for a callback, for sure. You really have to be like a huge student of the book.
Especially if you haven't listened to this show before.
Right, exactly.
Pre this show.
Exactly.
So yeah, the mother of Eleanor Camacho is Carmelita Camacho, right?
Yes.
Who I do not know anything about.
Yeah, I didn't read the actual book that she was in, but I think Deadpool was like set up to date her, and she was like the owner of or the daughter of the owner of like a market in New York, but then she was kidnapped. I guess the villain in that story was called the White Man. The White Man always keeping them down, you know?
Yes. Well, he joins up with the Heroes for Hire, so that kind of makes sense.
That's true.
Because Whitey always started to keep Luke Cage down in the 70s.
Yeah, but so Deadpool didn't know that she was pregnant, and he found out in the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly story when he was kidnapped by the butler and taken to North Korea. So after Department K and the Weapon Plus program shut down, this guy called the butler became a rogue agent of sorts and was doing work for North Korea, where he was collecting DNA samples from heroes and mutants and then splicing those with Deadpool's healing factor. So you had the all new, all different X-Men team, right? With like Sunfire, yes, Thunderbird, and all those guys, and Storm and Nightcrawler, but they were North Korean and they had Deadpool's skin. Carmelita, after they all escaped, they were headed toward, from the lab facility to the camp where they were holding all the prisoners, including like those spliced mutant families and Carmelita. And they found out when they got there that Carmelita was murdered.
Oh.
But they didn't know what happened to the child. So I suppose in the next arc of that book, they located Eleanor. And that story is in the same volume as The Dead Presidents, just several issues later. Yes. It starts.
Yep.
And it has some kick-ass covers, by the way. Very, like you said, Mignola looking.
In addition to Eleanor, he's also gotten some more kids, sort of. He currently, in the current run, has a symbiote dog daughter named Princess that's like a giant wolf, pink wolf symbiote thing that loves eating all the villains for him and calls him Papa. And she gets along with Eleanor.
Do you know anything about that symbiote dog daughter?
No. And I assume it came out of something.
Some Venomverse type story.
Yeah, it comes out of a clone from Carnage.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Do you have Carnage's first appearance?
I do.
Okay. What do you have it graded as?
I've never had anything graded in my life.
What? So
it's a 10-0. Everything's a 10-0 in my collection.
Everything's a 10. Well, you got me beat. I don't have a 10.
Did you get yours graded?
I got mine graded, yeah. I got it graded as a 9.6, which I guess is pretty good. It's really hard, apparently, to get something graded higher than a 9.6.
Retirement coming to Kevin.
Yep.
Right there.
I got look on eBay for Deadpool's first appearance and Carnage's first appearance. Cha-ching. Because I need to quit my job, and that'll help. So everyone, I think, needs a symbiote dog daughter.
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, at least a symbiote dog pet, at least.
Yeah, because you don't like. That would be awesome. My dog already barks at everyone. You might as well just eat him too, If
it's going to be frightful, at least be frightful, right?
Right, exactly.
Be able to scare the shit out of somebody.
And the cool thing is if they're a symbiote, then they can talk too. Because all symbiotes can speak English.
And this one talks funny because it's a dog and a symbiote.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So, in addition to Princess, he's had a couple of clone kids along the way. He's had one clone kid with Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, called Itsy Bitsy, who goes by the name Susan Mary. He's had another clone kid with him being the donor and Squirrel Girl being the donor, called Squirrel Pool.
That's cool.
I haven't read all these yet.
That makes sense too, because Squirrel Girl is a similar type character to Deadpool, except I don't think she can break the fourth wall. Maybe she can. I don't know.
And then finally, one of my favorites is he has a robot son that is a life model decoy son named Master Matrix, who he and Spider-Man raised together to try to be a better life model decoy that they find. but he's the life model decoy that was found in the Shield bunker with Richard and Mary Parker when they had that whole thing later on.
Oh yeah, and he was originally designed
Spider-Man Deadpool series.
They had their own series together. That's awesome.
Yes.
So he was designed as a weapon that could control other life model decoys. Oh man, that looks like a fun story.
Yeah, I gotta go back and read it because there's lots of life model decoys, and one of my favorite gimmicks in all of the Shield comics is always is it really Nick Fury or is it just an LMD?
Right. I like that about Dr. Doom too with the Doom bots.
You never know which one, and if it's a Doom bot, is it a rogue Doom bot?
Right. Because sometimes you find out that the last 50 issues you were reading didn't involve Dr. Doom at all.
No, he hasn't been around for years.
I remember that from, I think it was FF 350, where all of a sudden Doom comes back and he's like, nope, you're a Doom bot, bam, destroys him, and then goes after the Fantastic Four, and you're like, wait, what? So, and that's kind of a fun continuity puzzle then to have to put together or take apart by the other writers that come after, the current writer. But yeah, that was...
What's the way to ruin your 9.6 graded comic books? To get them all on the floor and open all the issues out and find out which one's which.
Right.
Your big scavenger hunt. Well, I knew that was a Doom bot. I knew that was an LMD. Look at that panel there. So, in addition to that, I think Deadpool has had, of all the characters, the most loves ever.
He might have.
Even Wolverine trumping everything. So we've touched on Carmelita, which comes in later in his life. His first love interest that's recorded is when he's a mercenary before he gets his powers and everything, was a Moroccan love interest named Francie. And then his big first love after that then appears in a number of comics is Vanessa Carlyle, who it goes by the name Copycat, who is a mutant similar to Mystique when she can morph into people. And they met when he was a soldier and she was a working girl on the streets of Boston.
Hustling on those streets of Boston.
Yes.
And she drives a lot of his early stories too. A lot of his early appearances is he's either looking for Copycat or someone else is looking for Copycat and intersects with Deadpool.
And at one time it says they married. I don't know which one. I haven't verified it, but on the fandom it says they were married at one time. Even though he always thought he was no good for her, that's when he left her when she was still a girl on the streets, and then he went off to do more with the military, and then eventually moved to back to Canada to be in Weapon X Plus.
Yeah,
but that happened, and so and she eventually gets with his buddy from Weapon X Plus, one Garrison Kane, also known as
the Weapon X.
Who you're not allowed to say his name past 2000, I think.
Yeah, what a crappy character. But what's cool about him is he can shoot his hand off to choke you.
Yes.
And so those two, Copycat and Kane the Weapon X, were involved in Wolverine Volume 2, number 88, which came out in October of 1994, which is essentially the first meet/fight between Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I'm sure they've probably retcon some earlier meetings at this point, but that was the first one you would find in the comics, and it was a pretty good fight, back and forth. Deadpool beat him first, and then Wolverine came in and of course won in the end.
Yes.
But Deadpool introduced himself to Wolverine as though they had never met before, or vice versa. Wolverine did the same thing.
But they knew of him by reputation alone.
Yeah. So, and that's the issue. It's after Fatal Attraction, so Wolverine doesn't have adamantium at that point, but he's not feral anymore, so he's kind of going back to becoming normal Wolverine. That's the issue, that his healing factor kicks back in full blast.
Yes. So Deadpool has Wolverine has Deadpool to thank for bringing back his healing factor.
He does. Do you have that issue?
I do not. Do you have that issue?
No, but the cover's awesome.
Yeah.
Just curious. I'd like to know what books you have.
Are you casing my place?
I am casing your place. I'm there right now. I'm in Oklahoma right now looking at all your shit.
It's stored in secret places that you can't even get to. It's
you
so
don't know
secret.
That.
It's with Department L. It's so secret.
So what's funny about like the comic books I got when I was a kid is if you ask me about an issue, I know if I have it or not. Right. But comic books I bought like after the year like 2004, I couldn't really tell you if I had or not. But all those ones I have from the 80s and the 90s, I can tell you if I have it. So that's why I'm just testing your knowledge.
And some of those I've given away that I probably shouldn't have given away when I've moved places and things. I'm like, hey, your kids want some comics? I got some comics that I bought over the years, and here you go. And it may have had something worthwhile in them.
Yeah, I have a lot that I probably should have given away, but I still have sitting in my closet. When you come over, we'll take them out and we'll spread them on the living room floor and look at them all.
We can do some good old fashioned reading, but you got to make a fort first.
Oh yeah, blanket fort.
Blanket fort.
I'll tell my wife; she'll be thrilled.
Get out the extra blankets. We're making a blanket fort.
It's happening.
Which would be a very Deadpool-y thing to do. We should write a Deadpool issue.
We should write a Deadpool issue, and then we can, blanket fort, and then Deadpool marathon, yes. Or Avengers marathon. Either way.
What? Wait, we're adults. We don't got to go to bed.
We can do it all. We can stay up all night if we want to.
No one can tell me when to go to bed, except for my agent's body and system that says it needs to stop.
Yeah. But Copycat was the character that kind of drove his appearances early on. And I think, like you said, her powers are like...
She's the one that got away, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think her powers are a little different than Mystique's because I think she absorbs some of the person's memories too. Or she can mimic, like she gets their memories when she changes shape to be like them. I don't know if she has to have physical contact first. She might have to have physical contact too. Do you think
I think
she'll
that's
be
the case? I think she does have to touch somebody to...
Yeah. Do you think she'll be in the third movie? Because she was in the first. I don't know if she was in the second though. Was she?
I don't know.
Played by one of your favorite actresses too.
Yeah, she is in it. Yeah, Marina Bakarian. Bakarian. Yeah. She's married to one Mr. Commissioner Gordon.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? Gary Oldman?
No. The one from Gotham. The OC, Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah.
And I think they met on the show.
He's just a kid with no place to go. That guy.
He ends up being the commissioner of police.
Yeah,
the most dangerous city in America.
Yeah, you see how kids, even you, when you got no place to go, can one day become commissioner of Gotham.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was in Firefly.
Yeah.
Well-loved show. Good show. But I don't think she's in the third movie, though.
Yeah, she's listed in the cast, my friend.
Then I'm wrong. I think she's in the third movie. Maybe she just looks like someone else, and I didn't recognize her.
She's a copycat. She can be whoever she wants.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping they give her copycat powers.
Finally.
It seems necessary. All right. So then we have some other love interests. His most recent love interest is a woman named Valentine. She was a high-ranking member of the Atelier Assassins Guild, and she's a mutant with chemokinetic powers. I think she's the mother of the cat, of the dog, the symbiote dog.
Okay. So she can control chemo?
I guess so. Good for her, right? Chemokinetic. I was reading that too, and I was like, I need to Google what that means.
I assume it means she can control chemicals or works the Cancer Treatment Center of America. One or the other.
Yeah.
You're chemokinetic.
Thank you. Synthesize any chemical they can imagine within their body and inject it using her syringe-like fingers. Holy shit.
She's like, what's the chemo in the DC universe?
Oh, yeah? I don't know about that character.
He's the big... He looks like a big suit full of chemicals that he's a walking hazard zone.
Oh, who wore it better, Valentine Vong or Chemo?
Yeah,
coming next month.
Yeah, he's always great because he looks like a big plushy toy. You kind of want to have a kind of the Nimrod of the DC universe. You kind of want to have a toy up because he looks like a big plushy toy.
Oh. Yeah, the T-Harm wants that plushie toy so bad, and I gotta find it. They should make it. It'd be great.
So Valentine's the current one. And we're going
The
to run
most
to the
recent,
other
but
one.
not current.
Yes. We'll run some of the. So, Teresa Cassidy, Siren, he falls for her in the second miniseries he had. And eventually she loses his power and she kidnaps him. He kidnaps her to get her powers back by using Wolverine, by getting him kidnapped by a secret sect of scientists to bring back Siren's powers. He loves her so much. And even she can stand to look at him without his mask on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the forlorning young love. I don't think Banshee approves, but
Probably
I don't know.
No.
It kind of dating last.
It's not gonna work.
It's mental. No daughter of mine will date a Canadian.
I'm surprised that like Banshee I'm surprised they don't have any history considering Banshee's work in like espionage and things like that. But Banshee's not a very much used character. But
not as much anymore, no.
No, not as much anymore.
There is a great story from the 70s where he goes to Nashville to hear some country music.
That's right.
And he runs into Captain America and Falcon.
I remember you mentioning that.
Which is pretty tight.
And so and Deadpool's had a lot of love interest, but it seems like he's also been married to a bunch of people. Right?
Yes.
More marriages than anyone. More annulments than anyone.
Married, I think. I think he's ready to just jump on the train. So he can run down some of this. Yeah. He was married to Jennifer Cale, the Swamp Queen, who I don't know. Another one I don't know. He got betrothed and married to Sheikah, who's an alien creature. Or no, a vampire. Yeah, that's right. He got married to a vampire. Deadpool got hired by Dracula to kill Sheikah, who was of another ancient vampire sect. And to unify the vampires, he hired Deadpool to try to take her out. But instead, ended up falling in love together.
Yeah, look at that.
She's a succubus of some kind, yeah. Also, Niagara Bride. So he got hired by a woman that wanted to kill herself by going over the falls. And so to mask it, so she got the insurance money, or her family got the insurance money because she was terminally ill. And so he took on the job, and he took the rap for murdering her then.
Oh man. Which is, and she had cancer. Poor Niagara Bride.
Yeah. And then he's been married to Santana Hellstorm.
Yeah.
Who is of the Hellstorm family, who I believe, let's see.
Yeah, brother of Damien.
Is there a brother, or are they, let's see, the relatives?
Yeah, brother was Damien, mother is Victoria.
Yes. Ex-husband, so another good one that I got to read up on to see when they got married.
You got a lot of reading to do after this. So many connections.
It shouldn't be "This is your life." That should be "These are your wives." Deadpool,
right?
So, we got another Mercedes Wilson that actually took his name, and Mercedes and Wade once nursed a man they found together back to life. This one that you don't know whether he was dating her or T-Ray at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the story goes that you don't know who she ended up dating. Was it T-Ray or impersonating Deadpool or not? He got married. Gretchen Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Just says former wife of Deadpool. We don't know much about it other than she.
Yep. If you want to know more about it, apparently you need to read Identity Disc number 2.
I will need to read that then.
Yeah, from July 2004.
I'm trying to think. Is there a famous? Yeah, there's a American singer-songwriter named Gretchen Wilson, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. It sounds really familiar.
From Pocahontas, Illinois. Does she know she was married to Deadpool?
I'm sure she does.
She won. She
has an official website.
She won a single for her Grammy, "Redneck Woman," which I assume was Deadpool's "Woman" at one time, and then they reworked it for the major markets.
Well, all we know is you got to read Identity Disc number 2 to figure that out. Why?
Did they cover the sweating on CMT?
I'm sure they did. At the CMT Awards too.
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
Orxa, another wife.
Or Orxa, this is the alien one.
Yeah.
Orxa is the sister of Futzel and is associates in the Futzel Intergalactic Towing and Recovery.
So they kissed,
married a number of times.
And her culture, that means it's a marriage proposal and acceptance.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch out. Watch out when you're traveling to strange worlds.
You're going to get married. Another one, this one I've read, Outlaw, who has Outlaw appeared in any movies? She appeared in a movie,
I don't
right?
know.
She's appeared in stuff. I know she at one time did team up with Taskmaster, one of his miniseries, and dated him also. But Deadpool did date her, and I think Taskmaster dated her at one time also, I believe. But she has super strength, stamina, and accelerated healing, and she's always walking around in Daisy Dukes and carrying guns on her hips.
She was hired as security for Dazzler, but then quit.
Indeed. Finally, we get to the bottom of them. Raven Darkholm, Mystique herself. I did not know this one. Did you know this one?
No, I did not.
But at one time, Mystique and Deadpool were married, or maybe he married Copycat and thought she was Mystique.
Maybe.
But this happened in Deadpool 27, Volume 5. And this is the wedding issue, too, because on the cover they have the wedding cover of it, and they call it the most important issue in the history of comics, and Captain America and Wolverine and are his groomsmen, along with Leech and the other one. Who's the other one with Leech? The
Hardy.
I think those are the ring bearers. Can you guess who the officiant is?
Oh boy, Cable.
No, Cable's also a groomsman.
Oh really? I thought it was a good guess. I don't know who is officiating the wedding.
The officiant is Nightcrawler.
Oh, that makes sense. All right.
Yes.
I was just searching in my mind for Deadpool's friends. So it says here that he was tricked into marrying Mystique, who wanted to use her status as his wife to gain access to the Weapon X files.
And her bridesmaids are Domino, I think, I can't tell it's Jean Grey or Scarlet Witch, Lady Deadpool, and Squirrel Girl.
Okay.
And it looks like Lady Deadpool, instead of holding a bouquet, holds a dead head, the Deadpool head. But in the crowd, that's even better. You get the Impossible Man sitting next to the Incredible Hulk. It looks like Rocket Raccoon's in the front as the photographer or something. You have the host of Asgard. This is pretty. Yep. It's like the Superman versus Muhammad Ali one, where you try to pick out all the characters.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the Hulk's there. Dupe is there. Yeah, that's a great cover.
Yes,
you're right. It is the most important issue in the history of comics,
which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I may have to get that one. Get it graded at 9.9.
You should 9.9. That is cool. Who's the guy in the far left corner with his thumbs up? He has like a Deadpool type mask on. It's like
it's got to be some character that's the ragdoll type Deadpool.
Ah, gotcha. That's what it looks like.
And there's Doctor Strange, Blob, Havoc, Rogue, Storm, Captain Britain, and Megan. Speed Demon's there.
Oh yeah.
White Magneto.
Yes, White Magneto. Falcon.
Oh, D-Man's up in the upper deck.
That makes sense.
Next to Quicksilver.
No villains there though.
I don't know.
I mean, there's some
Gorilla
Inhumans.
Man. Gorilla Man's there behind Elektra. I think it's Gorilla Man. Lockjaw made it.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, that looks like that's the most important wedding for Deadpool. Well, the biggest wedding, because it doesn't seem like any of his other weddings really had any fanfare.
Well, yeah, we didn't get front row seats on the cover.
Nope.
So we've broken down all those loves, which total, how many in number here? 14 loves. So
that's impressive. That might be the most.
Yes, by far. And then to round out his real other loves, his bro loves, his heterosexual life partners, we have the big three, like Cable, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. Yeah. And we've already gotten the on-screen appearance of Cable and Deadpool together in Deadpool 2. They've had their own. They had their own ongoing series for a while in the post M-Day Marvel Universe, which was interesting because they were trying to tell like deep, thoughtful stories with Cable, and then they had wackadoodle Deadpool along.
Yeah, I read the first couple of issues of that series, and it was like that Cable was trying to do something serious, and Deadpool just like kept accidentally showing up and getting in Cable's way, at least at the
Yes.
beginning. And he's had like you mentioned before, he's had a series with Spider-Man. So those are like I don't know if they've had a Deadpool and Wolverine comic book series, although I imagine there's probably one that's going to come out here in the next month
I
or two.
think they just released one. Yeah.
Did they? All right.
Yeah. What did you think of Josh Brolin as Cable?
I don't. I thought it was interesting. I need to watch that movie with a more open mind. I don't remember. Like, I didn't see it when it came out in the theater, and I watched it probably like a year later or something. And I don't know. There was something about it that just bothered me. I didn't like it very much. So I feel like I have to go back to it. But I think Cable's a fun character to have in a movie, especially when you're poking fun at him, because it's such a like wacky. At least his regular origin is such a wacky origin. But if you're just treating him like in that story, he was just more like soldier from the future, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So more like soldier X type guy, and I thought that was good because you can just like keep poking fun at him. But in that movie, I really like Domino better than almost any other character. I thought she was great.
It's impossible to, if you think summer blockbuster fans who don't really know that much about comic books, to try to throw Cable into something and say, here's this guy.
Yeah.
Here's something that even comic book nerds can't follow in terms of timeline with him. Here, we're going to throw him in the movie, so hope you like him. So it's a tough character to try to pull off on screen,
Yeah, what did you think?
Well, they should have made him Strife,
That would have been great. Spikes, more spikes.
The Cuisinart, the salad shooter himself. I thought he was okay. I thought Brolin did an okay job of being grumbly, early X-Force Cable, hard chewing, kind of the
like drill instructor type guy.
Yeah, drill instructor guy. Yeah. He did okay, but I mean, I didn't really care for I'm not a big fan of Cable as a character. I don't find it that interesting. That's the reason, unless it's Strife or Bishop, my favorite two Cables, or the X-Man.
Yeah, I don't mind Cable's. I think Cable's origin is pretty creative, and I do like the timing of all of that. But I would never buy a book just because Cable's in it. It doesn't interest me enough. I read some of the young Cable stuff that came out recently. That was okay, especially because they had Space Knights in it.
Yes, bringing it back.
Mm-hmm. Some other buds.
Just a preview for you people out there. Mm-hmm. Someday we will do Rom. This is your Space Knight life.
Yeah, who wore it better, Rom, Brainiac?
Yeah. From toy to comic,
Rom.
This is your Space Knight life. And then they've had the Spider-Man. So we've had Cable, we've had Wolverine in the movies. So we got to have a Spider-Man Deadpool team up next, right?
Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
And which Spider-Man do we want to team with him? Do we want to go Toby, Andrew Garfield, the newest little guy?
The newest little guy. Tom Holland, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I could pick any, I think it'd be fun to have him do. It'd be fine with any of them, I think, because Toby would be good because he could be an old Spider-Man and kind of grumpy, and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland would just be so enthusiastic with him that I think that would be funny too.
Yes.
But I think they need to make more Spider-Man movies with those other guys. Either way.
So we have 3 ongoing different movie series with 3 different Spider-Mans is what you want?
Yep. Heck yeah. That'd be fun.
Flood the market. Flood the zone.
Well, I think right now they could make Amazing Spider-Man 3 and it would do okay. Because of his appearance in the other one.
But I think, we need a Spider-Man Deadpool movie next. I'm on for that.
That would make so much money. So much money. Yeah, just print it off, Marvel. Just do a Marvel.
Just paper.
Yeah. So his other buds we talked about before were Lady Death, and then the Taskmaster, who he has tried to kill and teamed up with, and now he's running an assassins for a protection company with.
Yes.
The current run.
Bodyguard protection. Yes.
Yeah. Also, I think another bud we can put in there is Captain America, because after that Good, Bad, and the Ugly series, he and Wolverine went out and got a drink with Captain America. So I think you go get a beer with someone, buds for life.
Yes. And they've had where Captain America made him an Avenger reluctantly, and
that is true.
But whether that's canon or not, we don't know. So I don't know if he makes the official roles of the Avengers or not. I would have to look when they come out with Avengers 700 or whatever, and they're putting in the back all the people that have been Avengers in their different statuses.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the Uncanny Avengers, so I think that kind of counts, but I'm not sure. Probably.
Indeed.
So, like, you're a mercenary. You need people to pay you to do your killing and your sabotage and stuff. So, who were some of his major employers?
The only one I ever remember is Tolliver, who is Tyler Dayspring from the future, who is Cable's son.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't. This is where I get weirded out by Cable. I don't get it all.
It's a little too much time travel.
So, yeah.
But it would have been better if Cable had a son, like came back in time and had a son who grew up here without Cable, in the regular timeline, and then is mad because Cable left him, right?
Yes.
That'd be cool, rather than the son coming back in time too, along with Cable's clone. And it's interesting how like where they choose, because they can choose to time travel where they want to. If they just like time travel a little bit earlier, then you can just kill people when they're babies, right? Kill baby Hitler, right? Shorter comic book stories, everyone.
Yes.
And so when Deadpool was in X-Force, that was the X-Force partially run by Angel and Wolverine, but Angel was paying him to be on the team. And it was revealed sometime in the series that, because in that series they were fighting like the Apocalypse Seed and trying to prevent Apocalypse from coming back. And it was kind of like almost a horror X-Force book in a way. And Angel revealed that Deadpool hadn't cashed any of the checks. So he was doing it because he's a good guy.
Yes.
Not for the cash.
Yeah, he was in Mercs for Money, which was a group with Domino, another type of Deadpool, Gorilla Man. Let's see. Yeah, we can't do all his. I didn't want to do his teams because way too many teams.
So many teams, yeah.
We would have been here all day.
Thunderbolts.
So yeah, he was in this with Fool Killer, Madcap.
Madcap? Oh. I had Madcap's first appearance. I had the Deadpool. Captain America issue. Did you have that one?
No, I did not have that one, but I know it's
a
good one.
Nomad, Madcap, Cap on the cover. I lost that one somewhere along the way too.
So the main group was Deadpool, Domino, Gorilla Man, Hit Monkey, Machine Man, Massacre, Negasonic Teen Warhead.
Negasonic Teen Warhead.
But anytime you get Hit Monkey and Gorilla Man in a team.
That's a good one, yeah.
The Simian Society together.
So did you read a lot of Deadpool back in the day?
I hopped on when he started having his miniseries, so I read the first 2 miniseries. I really liked them, and then later would pick up comics from time to time because I thought they were really good. And, different storytelling, different like we talked about, different character. Starts out as a villain, but not all the way bad villain. Morphs into something completely different that breaks the genre of comics, kind of thing. Just like my beer, he's double dry hopped humor appealed to me.
Yeah, I read mostly whenever he appeared in another story, so I never really read like Deadpool's, own solo issues, but I read when he appeared in X-Force, and I read like the New Mutants issues, and then when he was on the Uncanny X-Force team, I read that series, or at least most of it. But I read some really good stories getting ready for this show, so maybe I'll pick up some more. If you're looking for something to read Dead Presidents and read The Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, the three I would say, read the Circle Chase, read the second miniseries, read the Dead Presidents, read The Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
What did you like about the Circle Chase?
I just like it because you didn't know about the character that much. You can pick it up and just get right into it. It had all these weird, wacky mercenaries, and everybody's hunting down Deadpool, and then he's hunting down everybody else, and you kind of learn about it. And I like the fact that there's just like the Bloodstone hunt. There's a hunt.
There is a hunt. Yeah,
there's a hunt that's awesome. So I really like that, and the covers are sweet.
Yeah, the covers are really good in that, and it just kind of introduces, I guess, like Deadpool's like kind of cast of characters in a way, like a little bit.
Yes.
And to me it was kind of saying, well, maybe Deadpool can be a good guy, like he was kind of still like hugging that line. And then in the Mark Waid limited series that came after with Banshee and Siren, it's like, oh wait, no, he did some really good things, so he is a good guy, even though he still does kill.
He kills and he kidnaps people and does anything for a buck at times. But now that he's a father and settled down.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you had to rate your beer,
how I originally described it was, it's a talky, salty, scurvy preventing beer. So I think Deadpool would like it very much. I will rate my beer. I'm just looking for the coolest thing about Deadpool here. Let me see. Why don't I just go? I'm just going to rate it, and I'm going to steal this from you. I'm just going to rate it mutant drinking factor.
Okay, so you can drink a bowl factor.
Yes.
Mutant drinkability factor.
And how about you?
I think I'm going to go with double dry hopped, as dry as a Merc with a mouse wit. So that's what I'm going to go. It's really good beer. It is perfect for summertime. Like I said, the hops hit crispy and it has that effervescence, and you could down a 12-pack of these easily. Feel like El Supremo #1 with a big old plate of chimichangas, and you'd be good.
El Supremo numero uno.
Get your, like I said, a plate of chimichangas and go to town.
Mm-hmm. Me gusta chimichanga.
Me gusta chimichangas. So if you liked what we talked about and this is your life Deadpool, you can email us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Like what we post on X Twitter at cbco_podcast. And like the pictures of a beer and Deadpool, we're going to post on Instagram at comicbookstores_cool.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Join us, I think, in August. Sometime in August will be our next episode. It's comication time, right, Yek?
It is time to take some travel.
It is. So we'll see you when we get back.